Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Justin. We're back at the movies for another review. Today, we're gonna be doing the 1993 Taylor Hackford directed Blood In, Blood Out, also known as Bound by Honor. Now, I recently rewatched this movie. It's actually been several years since the last time I've seen it, and that's why I wanted to do this review because it's fresh up here. This movie is not for the faint at heart. It is, not for what I would call a casual movie watcher. This movie clocks in at over 3 hours long, and it is It is graphic. It is violent. It is powerful. But it is, to me, such an underrated movie that just really encapsulates the life of, you know, working class, poorer people of all different races. This just so happens to be about three Chicano teenagers who, are in a street gang called the Vatos Locos. And, a series of events occurs and it really, tears the family apart in different directions. You have Crucito, who is played by Jesse Borrego. He is this amazingly talented artist. However, after a clash with another gang, he's basically crippled and eventually spirals into a dark drug addiction. And his stepbrother, played by Benjamin Bratt, and his cousin, played by Damian Chapa, they seek revenge. And they actually kill the man responsible for his paralysis. Benjamin Bratt, he goes the straight and narrow. He becomes a Marine and eventually a police officer, while Damian Chapa, who has white skin because his father was white and is not accepted by many other Spanish speaking inmates at San Quentin prison, has to earn his respect. Coming in as his nickname is Milkweed. And, he does earn that power. He earns that respect in a different in a different way. All three try to find themselves, and for one, it's through art, but also through drugs. One, it's through trying to stop people from falling down that path, and one, it's finding power in prison. And, there are aspects to it that, Damian Chapa's character, he doesn't always want to do bad. He gets out of prison after 9 years because one of his major influences tells him, I don't want to see you back here. You're young. You need to start your life and you need to make something of yourself. But for too many people, they don't have that option. And for somebody like Chapa's character, Miklo, he finds it easier to be a criminal than to go the right path. And it just leads him back. It leads him first to a confrontation with Bratt. And Bratt shoots his leg off because he's a cop. He's doing the right thing. Miko goes back to prison, and he eventually takes complete power for himself. And he will manipulate people and use people in any possible way he can. And it's such a powerful story. It really is. There are some times where it is lagging a little bit. You know, you're I do find it important that you see all these major events that affect each one of these people's lives, or these three's lives, but, some of the stuff you didn't need. You probably could have trimmed 20, 30 minutes off of it, and you probably would have been as, no problem whatsoever. But keeping the major, Borrego's character is a heroin addict, and his younger brother overdoses on heroin while he's passed out from doing the heroin, and he dies. And he loses touch with his family for a decade. And that's where really his addiction really spirals out of control. He lost his brother. The one tie that he had to his family still, because the addiction has really strained the family dynamic. He's the one, the brother that kind of bridged the gap. And with that bridge gone, he was left to himself for 10 years. And he says it at the end, I know, I fed my addiction I fed my hate through a needle for 10 years. Chapa kills his father figure, or has his father figure killed, to rise to power and make his group stronger. And Brad's character, he knows he can't do as much as he wants, but he will never betray his oath, his code of staying on the right path and trying to do good wherever possible. And it's a beautiful story. So, Taylor Hackford, amazing director. He didn't direct a ton of stuff in his career, but movies like Ray, Dolores Claiborne, An Officer and a Gentleman, the man can direct the shit out of a movie. And, this movie has a great cast. The three I listed, Ving Rhames is in it, Delroy Lindo is in it, you have Billy Bob Thornton in it. There's a lot of great actors in this movie. Danny Trejo, who himself had served time in San Quentin prison. It's an amazing cast, a powerful story, a moving story. There are some flaws in it, but it's a great movie. Or a very good movie, I should say. I'm going to give it a 7.8. Drags a little bit. If it didn't drag as much, if you chop 20, 30 minutes off here or there, little things here or there, it's in the 8s. But a 7.8 is still a damn good movie. So 1993, Blood In, Blood Out, 7.8. That's my review. It's a long one, but I feel like it needed to be told. If you like this video, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time at the movies. Take care.